All right, boom. So here is the next video that we're going to be reacting to is top 20 things only players from 2013 will remember. I probably forgot quite a bit, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably gonna remember a lot of things that he showed. Like I'm already seeing this right here, which was the whole armored truck thing where you would shoot the back of it to get the money. I forgot this even existed. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot this even existed. But yeah, the video for this video will be in the description. Always gotta give the people that do these videos credit. Like I said, I'm not used to reacting to other people's videos. This is my first time ever doing this kind of stuff, so we're trying some new stuff today. So let's go ahead and see what they gotta say. Let's see how many things that we actually can remember.
Mine is almost 11 years old.
Actually, oh no, it is an HD shit.
Oh boy, I'm
quality.
starting to feel it. But today we're going to look back on the old times, the good times maybe, or the bad times, depending on your experience, and talk about 20 things that only day one players will remember. Let's go. And we can't go far without mentioning the bounties. When the game launched, the bounty system was completely broken, and modders and cheaters just abused this system like crazy. You would have...
Oh my, I remember this because I remember it was like I had just got done recording a video years ago, over a decade ago. I had just got done recording a video and someone put me on a $99 million bounty. I ain't never leave the lobby so quick in my life. Oh my God. I left the lobby, went to a new lobby. And I was just trying to get into a lobby by myself so that way I could just roam around and get the money, because the whole thing with the bounties is someone puts you on a bounty, whoever kills you get the money. But if you survive for 45 minutes, you get the money. And that's 45 minutes real lifetime. And boy, was I avoiding everybody and just trying to get, I was avoiding everybody. I got that money too. It happened to me twice. I had over like 100 mil back then. But then Rockstar, they cracked down on it and they took the money away from people who that happened to, and I was upset because I was like, damn, I didn't spend all the money. I probably spent like maybe like 30 mil. I didn't spend all the money, and I was upset because I'm like, damn, I should have bought some more stuff. Man, that was a time, bro. That was a time. People were just handing out money to people, like just left and right. It was crazy.
Of multi-million-dollar bounties on someone, maybe even billion-dollar bounties on some people, which was a way for a modder
I even have
to
the
give
video
of
this happening to me back then. It's one of my most viewed videos.
No, back in the day, back in my day, God, I feel old. People used to collect multi-million-dollar bounties and get rich just by killing one person. At number 2, we've got the Chrome Adder. Why was this a thing? Why was this so cool? Well, back in 2013, the Adder was the most expensive car in the game.
Yes,
so
$1 million.
Everyone wanted it. And
it was $1 million.
Yep. Paint job was Chrome, so you put the most expensive paint
the
job
whole thing between this car and the Entity was this car was the fastest car, but the Entity was also fast. It could keep up, but the Entity was just better with handling than this car. This car is spun out more. This car's handling wasn't as good. So anytime anybody did a race that had just like highways or just straight lines, you would choose this car. But if you had a race that had a lot of turns, you would choose the Entity. So yeah.
The most expensive car, and you've got something pretty cool. You might even remember some people getting an entire garage full of Chrome supercars. Nowadays, we look at Chrome and think it's not very cool, but back in 2013, I promise you, everyone
back in 2013, you wanted to do that.
Have the load times. Yeah,
oh my God, do not remind me. Do not remind me about that, bro.
The matchmaking was an absolute mess. It was so hard to get in the lobby.
The amount of times I got stuck in the sky for like 5 minutes, or just stuck to the point where I had to restart my game, was ridiculous.
If you think the load times are bad now, it has nothing on 2013.
The load times now are way better.
PS3 or Xbox 360, you'd be sitting in the
way
cars
better.
For 5,
way
10,
faster.
Maybe even 15
I get into
or
lobbies,
more minutes,
not instantly,
just to see
but
if you could get in a lobby. And a lot of the time, you wouldn't even get in. There would be a matchmaking error, and you'd have to try all over again.
And it will take you right back to the open world, to the public lobby. You'll get a whole matchmaking error saying that basically you can't join, take you right back to the lobby, and then you have to do it all over again. It would happen like a couple of times in a row, then they'll finally let you in. It was ridiculous back then. PS3 era, man.
Miss a lot of
PS3 era.
things about 2013 GTA, but this is definitely not one of them. And moving on to number 4, even worse than getting stuck in the clouds is losing your character. Now this
that
is
never happened to me.
absolutely crazy now in
That
2024.
one never happened to
the
me.
concept of your character just getting deleted like
But
that
I did
is
see it
absolutely
happen to
insane.
people.
But I promise you, this was a thing. I had characters that were like
Yeah,
level
that
50,
never happened
60
to
that
me,
just got
but
wiped
that
and
did happen
deleted
to
off
other
the face of
people.
the earth. I'd
Sad
play the game
case.
for like 3 or 4 days non-stop, and then boom, that character is deleted.
I'm happy that
gone
never happened to
forever.
me, 'cause I would be
Thankfully, this
pissed.
isn't a thing anymore, and Rockstar did patch it kind of quickly, but not before millions of players got their characters deleted multiple times.
Yeah.
Next, we have to talk about the first time you got given money by a modder. Bounties weren't the only way that hackers and modders could give you millions of dollars. Money drops were absolutely
yeah, I seen
everywhere.
that.
A lot of the time, this still happens
Bruh.
on PC, but back in 2013,
The hacks on PlayStation 3 were ridiculous. Like, you could give people money. I remember it was me and my boy Quan. We was fighting somebody who was invincible. Like, we couldn't kill him at all. I'm like, bro, we over here going up against a hacker. Let's just get away from this dude, y'all. Like, the hacks on the PlayStation 3 was insane.
it was basically every single lobby. In every lobby, there'd be someone just giving out millions and millions of dollars in these paper bags, and everyone in the lobby would go over there and start collecting the money. Sort of like an underground drug deal, but just for GTA money. Next, we have saving up for the Eclipse Towers apartment.
Yeah.
The most expensive property
Yeah.
when the game launched was
I also bought this
$400,000 in the Eclipse Towers.
I also
and if
bought
you
this
had
apartment.
this apartment, everyone in that lobby knew that you were rich. It doesn't happen so much now, but
Yeah, no,
inviting
it's like-
friends over to your apartment in-game actually happened a lot back.
Yeah, inviting friends over, and then like the ability to be able to call a stripper over to your crib. Where you can like literally go to the strip club, get close to a stripper just by having her dance on you, get her number, and then when you go to your crib, you can just call her over and she can just give people lap dances. She would just dance in front of a chair and you can just sit there and watch. But yeah, nah, a lot of people, like, it was one time where it was like damn near the whole lobby had this apartment, yo. Everybody was getting this apartment. It sucks that you couldn't really interact with many things in this apartment, which is something I'm hoping that they change for the next game, where you could customize it way more, interact with way more things. But yeah, this was such a popular apartment. Everyone had this.
In 2013. Not many people could afford this apartment, so getting invited to one of these apartments was really cool. You get to check out one of the coolest places in the entire game. You could just chill out, drink,
a lot of people
smoke,
could afford it. That's the
and
thing.
Yeah, that was actually
a lot of
about
people
it.
could afford it. This was the most popular apartment out of the whole game. Was this? I had this for like a while. I don't know if I have it anymore. I might have got rid of it. I'm not too sure. I would have to go on GTA and check again. But nah, people could get it after a while. A lot more people were getting this apartment. But yeah, that was definitely the most popular one.
You couldn't start heists or anything, so you just sort of sat there and drank with your friends. Next, we have money grinding in two main ways. The first is
Rooftop
Rooftop Rumble.
Yep.
And for
Rooftop
anyone who
Rumble.
didn't do Rooftop Rumble, like me, I didn't really play it much, it was Violent Duct from Gerald. Those were the two contact missions that everyone would grind over and over and
Yep.
over and over and
That
over
was
and
one
over
of
and
them.
over again to try and get enough money to
That was
buy
one of
the
them.
adder, the most expensive apartment, anything that you wanted. And these missions would only pay out about $10,000 on hard. So you had to do these missions hundreds of times to get whatever you wanted. Seems crazy nowadays.
Oh, it
seeing
was
as we can just
10,000? I thought it was 25. What was the mission that was 25 then? Oh, maybe the mission that was 25 was the mission that had to do with the military base. Maybe it was that mission. I thought that mission gave. Yeah, then I can't even remember. It was such a long time ago. I can't even remember how much money it gave. I thought it gave like a good like 20 or 25. Maybe I was thinking about the military one. Maybe maybe that's the one I was thinking about.
just run Cayo Perico like once or twice, but it was a completely different game back then. The hustle was real. If either of those missions, Rooftop Rumble or Violent Duct, brought back some good memories, leave a thumbs up on the video. And next, we have to talk about one of the other ways to get money for the players that didn't know about these missions, because there were a lot, and for those players, you were probably just running around robbing every single convenience store you could. This was actually the very first thing when I logged into GTA Online on day one, October
robbed a
1,
convenience store?
2013.
The
I got
very
two two
first
friends,
thing.
we stole a car, and we went around robbing all of the convenience stores that we could find. I don't know if you remember back in the day as well when you had to like yell into your microphone.
You had to yell at them to make them go
put the money in
faster.
the bag faster.
To make them go
that was
faster,
certainly an
yeah.
interesting time. Maybe one of the best memories I have from back in 2013 is when there were no flying vehicles. I mean, of course, there were some flying vehicles, but they were so expensive that really no one could afford them. So if you ever saw anyone in a helicopter flying around the map, you knew they were absolutely loaded. They had so much money. Because pretty much the only time
I don't really think I cared to buy helicopters, to be honest.
Someone had a laser jet.
Yeah, I don't think I cared to buy.
Or they went and stole a helicopter or a plane down from the airport. Simpler times. At the end of 2013, Rockstar launched the Zentorno, and when this car came out, absolutely,
bruh, this car was very popular. Everybody was getting this car. This car was one of the most popular cars that ever came out. For some odd reason, they would not allow me to sell this car when I didn't want it no more. Like, I still have this car. They don't, I don't know why. They don't allow me to sell it. It's weird.
Everyone bought it. Not just because it's a really cool car, but also because it was pretty much completely bulletproof from the back.
When you go backwards, no, they couldn't even kill you. They couldn't kill you. Yeah, that was one of the uses for the car. It wasn't even the fact that people was using this car a lot in races. It was just the fact that all you had to do was back up and shoot backwards and they couldn't kill you at all. It was an easy way to do missions without having to even get out your car.
Which meant this was actually a really
some cars
effective
still
way
like
to
that.
kill other players by reversing into them. So
Yeah, that
they couldn't
too.
shoot you
That
through the
too.
back window,
Because not everyone
then
had
throwing
rocket
sticky
launchers back
bombs
then.
at them to blow them up. Depending on which end of
Not
that
everyone had
exchange you
rocket
were on,
launchers
I
and
had to pull back
grenades.
some really good memories or some really bad memories.
Yeah,
So
if someone pulled up to you with that car, you really have to try to shoot them and get at a good angle, because if you was to like try to just straight up just shoot them from the back, you're not killing them. They're killing you. You're not killing them. And back then, people didn't have explosives and stuff, so that was the easy way to just go around and kill everybody.
Next, we have to talk about money trucks.
Yep.
Now, yes, these money trucks are in the game again. They got reintroduced back into GTA Online in 2023. But in 2013, this was just a completely different experience. Back then, the trucks only dropped a few $1,000s, but because money was so hard to make, whenever one of these trucks would spawn on the map, everyone in the lobby would rush to it as fast as they possibly could to try and get that money. I promise you, no matter how crazy the business battles you've been in GTA Online are, they had nothing on the 2013 money trucks.
Rare
that was
cases,
an absolute war zone.
you would get 10,000 for that truck.
Now, I'm sure not every single player tried to do this, but I kind of feel bad for you if you didn't. Trying to stop the train with some of your friends was just one of the best memories I have. I don't think I tried to do this. Yeah, I don't think I tried to do this. GTA Online so special.
I remember I did a video where I got 5 stars on the train, and we tried to like keep the 5 stars as long as possible while the train's moving. But I never tried to stop the train.
Throwing as many explosives as you can, getting the heaviest vehicle and trying to park it in front of the train, just doing crazy stuff to try and stop this train, brings back some really good memories. Next, we have Johnny on the Spot, the mechanic. Now, he was removed from GTA.
This motherfucker would piss me off, yo. Johnny would piss me off. He will literally pull up with your car and drive away. He did it so many times. Like, bro, you would have to kill him on the spot in order to get your car at times. So it's just like, yo, he would literally come up, say, I got your ride, and then pull off with your ride and start driving around town with it. Like, bro, that used to piss me off.
GTA Online in early 2014. But your mechanic actually used to drive the car to you when you called him and then hop out and let you start driving. But he would bug out so much and just drive away sometimes, running off with your car. And sometimes he'd even hop out and try and fight you for some reason.
Yeah.
There were just so many bugs that Rockstar had to get rid of him. But if you did play when he was in the game, I'm sure you do have some good memories of trying to chase him down to get your car back or just shooting him once he drops
you
your
had
car
to shoot
off.
him.
Yeah, that poor guy probably took more bullets than the casino valet. But what about jumping the fence at Fort Zancudo? I don't even know if this
everyone
is
did
just
that.
a day one thing. I think
Everyone did that.
has
Yeah,
jumped
everyone
the
did
fence to
that.
try and steal a jet. No,
Everyone,
it's
people were doing
now,
that
though, because
to
you can
get
buy
the jet.
your own laser jet in
Yeah,
2024.
now you
But
can
in
buy a jet.
2013, you couldn't buy any jets. So stealing a jet.
This is how people were getting jets. They would jump either that fence or the fence further down at the main gate, and they would just drive in, steal a jet, and go terrorize everybody in the city. And then the jet spawn was just like, it spawned so quickly that you could just fly a jet in the city, get killed, come back, and another one would literally be there instantly. It's like, that's why I was saying they need to increase, if they're going to have a military base again and they're going to have a jet, if you want to have jets in the game, make it so that way they spawn like maybe every 10 or 5 minutes. Let's have some sort of cooldown for the spawn rate of the jet. That way people aren't spamming, constantly getting a jet over and over and over again anytime they want.
Zancudo was like the most effective PvP strategy ever. I still remember how intense it was when we didn't have like armored cars or anything. You jump the fence, try
really
and
wasn't
dodge
that
all of the
intense.
tanks and military.
Yeah,
and
it really
cops
wasn't
coming
that
at ya.
intense.
Try and get to the jet before they kill
The
you.
tanks
or blow
didn't
you
really
up,
come
and
after you
fly
that
off
much.
with the jet just in time, escaping all of the tank shells. That was a rush. That was a rush I don't really get in this game.
There would be
anymore.
at times when
of course now
when the tanks pull up on you, that's when you're like, oh shit, I gotta go. But other than that, it wasn't that intense. And then they also had it where another jet would follow you and try to kill you because you just stole a jet from a military base. But that was easy to get away from.
We can just summon a helicopter right next to us whenever we want.
Yeah.
But back in the day, one of the easiest ways to get out of a sticky situation was actually requesting a Merryweather pickup helicopter and then shooting the pilot and taking the heli for yourself. That's kind of a theme with this video. Instead of actually buying the helicopters and jets, we would just steal them from other people.
Yep.
Next, do you remember spam changing sessions over and over and over again, trying to join a modded lobby when the game first came out?
I didn't do
you're
that.
not alone. It normally didn't take us too
I
long
didn't do that.
because there were modders in almost every lobby. In fact, my friends and I would actually split up and we'd all find different lobbies, and when someone had a modder that was dropping money, everyone would join that person. Giving money to friends is one of the things I miss most. You used to be able to just give your friends as much money as you want. Nowadays, yes, you can still give your friends a tiny amount of money, but it's not really going to make much of a difference.
No.
Back when the game launched,
We need to be able to like trade or like just give people, even if it's not money, maybe give them like merchandise that you bought, like cars, guns. Like just give people like stuff that you don't want no more. They need to put that in GTA 6 where you can basically like trade with players and give them stuff that you don't want or stuff that they may need, maybe stuff that they can buy for you, even though they probably would have to limit that because somebody who's rich or somebody, if they're hacking, I don't know how, if they can really hack on a PS5 and Xbox Series S and X, but for like the first year that's going to be out on just consoles. But they need to have some sort of way to balance it out so that way you're not spamming, just giving everybody the best stuff, but being able to just give people stuff that they want or give people stuff that you don't need anymore or don't want anymore. They should implement that.
you could give your friends as much money as you wanted, and it made the game a lot easier for players who were just getting into the game. Rockstar removed it though. I think we all know why.
Yes,
because
we
people
know
wouldn't
why.
buy shark cards if their friends could just give them money, but still, that's something I miss a lot. What I also miss is the crate drops. We spoke about the armored
I
trucks
forgot
earlier, and
about
another one of these
these.
random events were crate
I
drops.
totally
Look,
forgot
free
about
mode
these.
events nowadays are pretty cool. You've got Hunt the Beast, you've got your business battles, all of those random free mode do the most damage events, but nothing
I
will
did
ever
these a
top
couple
the
of
memories
times.
I have of an entire lobby fighting over a tiny crate.
Yeah.
Because back then, everyone was just trying to make any bit of money that you could. Ground fireworks. This is still like one of the most rare items in the entire game because you can't get them anymore. Of course, we have the firework launcher, but you used to be able to buy ground fireworks that just go off like a normal firework would. Rockstar removed them a long time ago, but if you remember these, you're definitely an OG player. But who remembers
think
the
I had
original
one, a
character
couple of them.
creator? Nowadays, you just pick a mother and a father. for
No,
your
the character customization in 2013 was ass. It was ass. It was ass. You had to pick a mother and father, and that's how your character would like resemble both of them, and that's how you create your characters. Picking a mother, father, their face, how their facial structure is, and but it was always set options of their facial structure. Like you couldn't really like change too much of it yourself, and that's how you would create your character. Yeah, back then it was like compared to how it is in 2024. That it's ass. That's ass. That's why I'm hoping and praying GTA 6 has a way better one because that was ass. Back then you didn't think about it, but now it's like, bro,
But back when the game launched, you had to pick
That was so
grandparents
ass.
and parents. It was absolutely wild. In order to assign your stats as well, you had to tell the game what your character was doing in their off time.
Yeah.
Things like sleeping, partying, drinking, doing legal activities. It was absolutely wild. But what about actually caring about your level? That's something I kind of miss. Nowadays, new players
yeah,
can
back
kinda
then?
just cheese things and get almost any weapon or vehicle at
Oh,
any
absolutely.
level. But back in 2013, leveling up was a really big deal.
Yeah.
Getting to rank 100 would let you buy the RPG and
Yup.
ammunition. Level 120
20
would
was the
let you get
minigun. Yup.
And those were
That's why you cared about it so much, because it was a whole leveling process to unlock different things, unlock guns and stuff like that. Just like when you have something to unlock and to work for, that makes you want to play the game more, especially if you want those things. So that's why I'm hoping it's similar with GTA 6 is online, where they give us things to grind towards, not just money and buying stuff, but also unlocking things too. Because I feel like that would make everybody play the game way more also.
basically two
I remember when
of
I
the
unlocked
best,
the
or maybe
minigun,
two
I
best
was like,
weapons in the
yes.
game. But now there's just so many ways to get these guns before you reach level 100,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
true.
definitely good for new players, but grinding out levels is something I definitely miss. Finding expensive rare cars and selling them to LS Customs.
I did that a
finding
couple
rare
times.
cars
Yeah,
in
I did that a couple
2024 is
times.
still a thing. There's still cool vehicles to have.
I did
But back
I
when
did
money-
that the most in single player, but it was another decent way to make some money in online too. I just didn't do it too much. I was one of the people that was just focused on doing missions and races and stuff like that. So I didn't do it too much, but I did do it a lot in the single player for sure.
money was hard to come by, actually getting these rare cars was a big deal because
Bro,
you could sell them to
I would
LS Customs
try
for
to
more money than
find
normal
those cars in single
so
player.
hunting at night for a vehicle like the Sentinel XS was actually a decent way to get money. Being scared of a Rhino tank. This is something I miss. Nowadays, I'm more so scared of something like a Raiju jet or a Strike Force or an Oppressor Mark II.
II,
But back
yeah.
when the game launched, the king of Los Santos was the Rhino tank.
It was.
There were no armored
The
vehicles.
moment that you unlocked the ability to call this thing in, there was not much people could do to stop you in this tank, especially if they didn't have explosives. If they didn't have explosives, you was unstoppable in that lobby. I ain't gonna lie, I did do quite a bit of like griefing with the Rhino tank when the game first came out. I can't even lie. Once I got it, I was terrorized. And I wouldn't do it to an extent of like just going around just doing it in every single lobby, but I had my moments where I would just kill somebody. I would just go around killing people in the tank, especially when I first used it. I just went around killing people in the tank. But then it got to a point where other people started unlocking the tank, and then I would just solely use it to destroy their tank, because then they would do the same thing. But then it set up for some good tank battles. But yeah, I did definitely do a little griefing back then with the tank. I ain't gonna lie. I
Basically,
did.
No one had any aircraft, so
Mhm.
if someone was in a
You was
Rhino
unstoppable.
tank, you had basically
You
no
was
chance of
unstoppable.
taking them out unless you were in a Rhino tank yourself. Oh man, take me back to those days. Those were the days. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more stuff like this, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.
All right, I enjoyed this. This was a good video. I enjoyed this video. This is a good video. It reminded me of a couple things that I forgot. TGG, yeah, that was a good video, yo. That was a pretty good video. Like I said, the video will definitely be in a description if you want to check it out yourself. Always gotta give credit to the person who made the video. I think one of the things that they didn't mention or didn't really they might have not have like noticed or knew of is the fact that like back then you could also send some sort of mugger after people, and they would, and whatever money you had in your pocket, it would still like, at least it wasn't still all of it, but at least like it was still like $1,000 from you, and then you would have to kill the mugger to get your money back, or if somebody else killed the mugger, they would basically steal your money. Another thing was calling Merryweather after people. People don't do that no more, but definitely calling Merryweather after people. I think Merryweather would show up in like a truck or two, and they would try to kill a person, and you would send them after. Most of the time it was pretty useless because that person would just end up killing them. But that was another thing from back then. And then one more thing that a lot of people didn't really know about is there was a point where Rockstar had the game where if you had money in your pocket and someone killed you, you dropped the money. That got removed very fast, but that happened to me before where we just got out of a mission, and well, I think it was like a set of missions that we did, and I lost like 20-30,000 because I had it all in my pocket. I didn't, because you had to put it in your bank in order not to lose the money. But I had that in my pocket. Someone killed me. I dropped that money and they took it. Boy, oh my God, I was so pissed off. I was so pissed off. Me and my friends went after that player and killed them a couple of times. I don't think I got the money back because I think they hurried up and put it in their bank, because you could put it in your bank through your phone. But I was so pissed off that I lost my money. We went around and killed that guy a couple of times till he left the lobby. I cannot lie. But yeah, I think there's a couple of things like that, especially that one. I don't think a lot of people knew about it because they passed that. They took it out the game pretty quickly. But that was a thing at one point. That was definitely a thing. But all in all, this was a good video. I enjoyed this video a lot.